Howdy, folks. Good evening. Brother Jim reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. Cyrus has done it again. He struck down another terrorist leader named Shibl al Saydi. U.S. drones take out Shibl al Saydi, leader of the Iranian-backed Shiite militia group north of Baghdad in Taji, Iraq. Today, airstrikes targeting high-ranking Iran-backed Shiite militias near Camp Taji north of Baghdad killed 6 people and critically wounded 3. Dead. Zadi, Soleimani, and al-Muhandis. The Imam of Peace tweeted, breaking news, Shibl al Saydi, leader in the PMU, has been confirmed dead after the U.S. conducted another airstrike targeting his convoy in Taji. 2 vehicles hit, developing. Babak Tagvi says the MQ-9 Reaper drone targeted a convoy carrying several high-ranking officials of the PMU. Hashid al-Shabi in Taji, north of Baghdad. Casualties are mostly among members of the IRGC-backed Asab al-Haq. It is not known whether Quaz al-Khazali is dead or alive. Reports indicate that Shibl al Saydi, a commander of Kataib Imam Ali, an Iranian-backed militia, was assassinated by a U.S. airstrike near Taji, northern Baghdad. Shibl al Saydi of the Imam Ali brigades is killed in an attack near Taji. At least 6 burned corpses were recovered. What we know about tonight's strikes, according to Iraq's security forces: Taji district north of Baghdad, convoy of 3 vehicles struck, 2 burned, at least 6 burned corpses found. Strikes took place at 1:15 a.m. local time. Hashed leadership targeted. Now, what did Iran said earlier today? Well, they threatened and they vowed to, it's way down here, they vowed to get vengeance on Trump. It's way down here. Iranian leaders vow vengeance on General Soleimani's killers. And then what happened? What did Trump say? Never ever threaten the United States again or you will suffer consequences. The same day, I guess, or the day after, huh? This is amazing, isn't it? Trump doesn't mess around. Threaten me one more time. We will hunt you down. And that's what Trump says later. He says, we will find you wherever you are. So, again, this is a conglomeration of many different reports. Iranian Revolutionary Guard spokesman breaks down in tears over killing of Soleimani. Video from Iran TV posted by Al Arabiya shows Iran Revolutionary Guard spokesman Ramadan Sharif breaking down, crying, and sharing a tearful hug with Iran TV announcer on the news of the killing by a U.S. drone strike of Quds Force leader Major General Qasem Soleimani Thursday night. U.S. time he arrived at the Baghdad airport. We're having problems here. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. There we go. My face is all orange. Let's take a listen. If we can get it to work.
همکاران در بخش شما رو به خداوند سپاه سپارم در خدمتتون خواهیم بود با ادامه برنامه‌های شبکه‌ای بین المللی خبر یا حق.
متشکرم شهرام فرادی، سپاسگزارم از شما، از سردار شریف هم سپاسگزارم. اجازه بدین که
خیلی متشکرم همکاران.
I just want to share that with you. It's really important. And next up, a flashback: media and Democrats silent after Obama drone bombed al-Qaeda leader Anwar al-Awlaki and his teenage son from Denver. Al-Qaeda leader and U.S. citizen Anwar al-Awlaki was killed in Yemen in September of 2011 in a targeted strike. Al-Awlaki was born in New Mexico and attended college in Colorado. Obama dropped a bomb on his head. In May of 2012, the New York Times revealed that Barack Obama was the official who actually made the final call on U.S. drone strikes. 7 months before the New York Times report, Abdul Rahman Anwar al-Awlaki, a 16-year-old American citizen from Denver, was killed in a drone strike in Yemen in October of 2011. Al-Awlaki was the son of terrorist Anwar al-Awlaki. He did not have a trial. He was never waterboarded. He was 16. Barack Obama dropped a bomb on his head. On Thursday night, the United States killed General Soleimani, a top commander of the Iran's Al-Quds force. Speaker Pelosi, Democrats and their fake news media were outraged over the deaths of the world's #1 terrorists. The media and Democrats hammered President Trump all day. Hypocrites. We're sick of them, aren't we? Did the deep state use FISA warrants to spy on Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani? Oh, yes. Government prosecutors left open the possibility that FISA warrants were used to spy on Lev Parnas, Igor Fruman, David Carreria, and Audrey Kukushkin, the 4 individuals who were indicted in October and charged with campaign finance violations for taking foreign donations. A 21-page indictment was unsealed in October, and prosecutors alleged the 4 men tied to Giuliani were engaged in political activities in the U.S. on behalf of one or more Ukrainian government officials. Feds from the Southern District of New York responded to a motion filed by Kukushkin on the behalf of all defendants and said the government may have used FISA warrants to spy on all 4 of the defendants. When are we going to indict some of the FBI and the CIA who are doing all these things in the Department of Justice? It's sickening. I'll let you read the rest of that. He was planning a very major attack, Donald Trump says, and we got him. Trump breaks news that Qasem Soleimani was plotting a deadly attack on U.S. interests. Last night, Trump says, at my direction, the United States military executed a flawless strike that terminated the terrorist ringleader responsible for gravely wounding and murdering thousands and thousands of people and hundreds at least of Americans. Qasem Soleimani has been killed and his bloody rampage is now forever gone. He was plotting attacks against Americans, but now we've ensured that his atrocities have been stopped for good. They are stopped for good. I don't know if you know what was happening, but he was planning a very major attack and we got him. Trump, we took action to stop a war, not start a war. Here are Trump's full comments via a full poll report from a White House reporter in Florida. We're going to only take the most important here is we took action last night to stop a war, Trump said during brief remarks at the Mar-a-Lago Resort in Florida. We did not take action to start a war. And that's what makes them so mad. Trump hater Rashida Talab lashes out today at President Trump following targeted strike on world's #1 terrorist. We know that Rashida Talab is just a politician who supports terrorism. Trump decisively ordered a strike that took out Iranian terrorist Soleimani. The United States, despite the imminent threat to American lives and Iran's responsibility for the deaths of over 600 Americans, 2020 Democrats are predictably opposed to taking out the world's #1 bad guy, but not everyone was happy at all. Talab joined the choir of Iranian sympathizers and attacked President Trump following the attack. She says, we cannot stay silent as this lawless president recklessly moves us closer to yet another unnecessary war that puts innocent lives at risk at home and across the globe. Congress alone has authority to declare war, and we must reclaim our responsibility and say no to war with Iran. Well, I got news for you. She's wrong. We're going to be showing that in a little bit. And President Trump speaks after airstrike kills Soleimani, puts terrorists on notice. We will find you. We will eliminate you. And they just threatened you, Trump. Well, what did he do? He threw another drone strike on another terrorist leader. Yeah, Trump, don't you just love him? Leading moderate Democrat underwater after impeachment vote. In a poll obtained by the Gateway Pundit, Central Florida-based Congresswoman Stephanie Murphy is underwater going into 2020. Murphy, who flipped the long-standing Republican district to Democrat in 2016, is running for a third term after spending her first 2 terms proclaiming to be a moderate who stands against people like Nancy Pelosi. The radical Democrat Party's lurch into swing districts is a problem for the GOP. While it is undoubtedly a load of fun to take swipes at the progressive firebrand who is itching for socialism, it's not Representative Ocasio-Cortez that the GOP should be worried about. Yes, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a radical and a renegade with completely anti-American ideas, but what makes her a thorn in the side is, as a way to reason for her vote in favor of impeaching President Donald Trump, Murphy cited her communist beginnings as a reason for her support of House Democrats' articles of impeachment, which would become the only completely partisan impeachment in the history of the United States of America. We reported on this despicable reasoning on the day of the impeachment vote, which many people believe is a major stain on the House of Representatives. Crazed Democrat invokes communist Vietnam to announce she will vote to impeach Trump. So we don't have just socialists, we got communists in the House. Joe Biden agrees 100% with Kenyan demanding nationwide ban on plastic bags in U.S. I got an answer for you, Joe. Why don't you put the bag over your head and put it real tight around your neck with a strong rubber band. And then we tie your hands behind your back. CNN scoop, President Trump dined on ice cream as news of deadly attack on Soleimani broke. Well, we know this is fake news, but let's just ask the question, what's wrong with that? I'd be celebrating too. Ilhan Omar outraged after U.S. airstrike kills top Iran commander directly responsible for murder of over 500 U.S. soldiers. Did you think that I cared about U.S. soldiers? If you did, you've been fooled by me. Democrat Muslima Representative Ilhan Omar was outraged after the president authorized a drone strike that killed leading Iranian terrorist commander Soleimani. I wanted him to bring over more terrorists. I've been put here to bring over more terrorists. Obama would have been proud of me. Thanks to President Trump's boldness and commitment to protecting American citizens, Al-Quds leader Qasem Soleimani and Abu Mahdi al-Mahandi's leader are both dead. But we had another drone strike today, didn't we? And we killed 6 more. Pelosi is wrong again. Iraq is covered by the AUMF. Trump has authorization to call strikes in Iraq. He does not owe Pelosi jack squat. The state of the art deal. The art of the deal. On Thursday, the United States killed, and we already heard that, but the president's actions irked House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who complained that Trump did not have the authority to take the action. We cannot put the lives of American service members, diplomats, and others further at risk by engaging in provocative and disproportionate actions, Pelosi said. Oh, she's so wise, isn't she? Tonight's airstrikes risk provoking further dangerous escalations of violence. America and the world cannot afford to have tensions escalate to the point of no return. But she's wrong again. The AUMF was passed in 2002. The declaration allows the president to use the armed forces as necessary and appropriate to defend U.S. national security against the continuing threat posed by Iraq. Democrats wanted to repeal the act in July of 2019, but never took action. Therefore, President Trump's actions on Thursday were not only appropriate and necessary, they were also very legal. And you can't do nothing. Erratic, unstable President Biden gaffes out again. He releases an attack ad against Trump after killing of Iran terrorist leader. We got to listen to this one.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
We live in the most dangerous moment.
Well, Joe Biden approves lots of gaffes, doesn't he?
In a generation, our world set on edge by an erratic, unstable president. Dictators and tyrants are praised, our allies pushed aside. This is a moment that requires strong, steady, stable leadership. We need someone tested and trusted around the world. This is a moment for Joe Biden, a president with the experience to lead on day one.
You see me, honey? You little 11-year-old, come see me right after my meeting, okay? You come see me personally. Let me whisper in your ears little wonderful sexual things I'd like to do to you, says Joe Biden. He can't stop, can he? This man is something else. He approves another gaffe. CNN military analyst shreds Senate Democrat for criticism of Soleimani strike. Just be quiet. Democrats swiftly condemned President Trump for responding with deadly force against Iran for attacks on Americans in Iraq. Former Vice President Joe Biden said that Trump, who on Thursday ordered an airstrike to take out a dangerous Iranian general, just tossed a stick of dynamite into a tinderbox. Senator Elizabeth Warren said this reckless move escalates the situation with Iran and increases the likelihood of more deaths and new Middle East conflict. Well, what are they doing? Why are they siding with the enemy? Because they've been playing pay for play with them and making billions of dollars. And now Trump is cutting off their funds. They don't care one iota about anyone or any soldier in America. They want America destroyed, folks. They want to destroy America 1,000 different ways. Let's see, chemtrails, abortion. Man, we can go way down the list here. The big cancer pharma scam. And then there's also pharmaceuticals, killing you that way with your doctors. Oh my God, there's so many poisons in this nation. It's just amazing. We are a test, rat. That's all we are for the world. Why? Because we're a God-fearing nation. We're based on Christianity, and the devils in the pit hate us. Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat of Connecticut, got in on the act too, saying Trump did not have a congressional authorization and warned the airstrike could set off a potentially massive regional war, but we already know they're wrong, huh? Murphy, a member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, also wrote several posts on Twitter. Soleimani was an enemy of the United States. That's not a question. What does the Democrats always base everything they say off lies? Yes. They even base their lies off of laws that are not even there, or laws that contradict what they say. It's amazing the crap that come out of these Democrats. Anyway, that'll be all for this. I love it. He puts the terrorists on notice, as I showed you earlier. We will find you and we will eliminate you. I just did it again today. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't know. But boy, he's certainly stepped up to the plate and is doing the best job of any president in history. Man, Donald Trump, Cyrus, the Babylonian king. Thank you for listening.